guys, welcome back to another econ review video. Today we will be discussing a natural monopoly and what that graph looks like. Unlike a perfectly competitive market, a monopoly are price makers, not price takers. Thus, their graph looks a little different. We still set it up the same way, with price being on the y-axis and quantity being on the x-axis. In a natural monopoly, total revenue goes up, reaches a peak, and then starts to come back down. However, unlike in perfect competition, demand and marginal revenue are not the same line. This is because as the demand for a product goes up, you have to change the price of all previous goods in order to sell one more. So, due to this, your demand curve would be downward sloping, right here, the starting demand curve, and our marginal revenue curve would look pretty similar, but would be sloping at a more sharp and steep angle. So this is our marginal revenue curve. Now marginal revenue goes past the x-axis because it goes to 0 and then keeps going down into the negatives. We can also see that as total revenue reaches its peak, that is the point where marginal revenue equals 0. Everything to the left of this would be elastic, while everything to the right of this would be inelastic. And then the point right where MR, marginal revenue, equals the total revenue, like the peak of it, that is where it is unit elastic. Since we now know what our demand and marginal revenue curves are going to look like, we can add in everything else. So we still have our downward sloping demand curve right here, and our steeper downward sloping marginal revenue curve right here. But now we're going to add in our marginal cost curve, which looks very similar to how it does in a perfectly competitive market, where it goes up just like this. And again, similar to a perfectly competitive market, you want to find your profit maximizing point, which is always going to be MR equals MC, so where your marginal cost equals your marginal revenue. So that is right here where the two lines cross. So this quantity right here will be our profit maximizing quantity. However, to find your profit maximizing price, you have to take that quantity and dot up all the way to the demand curve and then dot across. So this will be our profit maximizing price. Thus, this box right here is our total revenue box. Now, in order to find out if this monopoly is making a profit or a loss, you have to add in your average total cost curve. If you remember from a perfectly competitive market, your average total cost curve goes down, hits the marginal cost curve, and then goes back up. So this is our ATC curve. Then, at our profit maximizing quantity, we dot up to the average total cost curve, and then dot across right over there. And now we can see that this box right under here, this green box right here, is our box of total cost. Because of that, our total cost is lower than our total revenue, and this box right here, this yellow box, is our box of profit. So this monopoly is making a profit. Now, however, if we were to draw our ATC curve just like this, so this is ATC, we will still dot up from what the quantity at the profit maximizing is. So we dot up to the ATC curve and dot across. And now this green box right here would be our new box of our total cost. Now there's more total cost than there is total revenue, so this yellow box right here, instead of being profit, would now be a box of loss. So this monopoly is making a loss instead of a profit. Thank you guys so much for watching my review video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.